The 10 Commandments given by God to Moses on Mount Sinai are fundamental principles of the moral law, and of these 10, 3 have to do with honoring God, and 7 with honoring our neighbor. When Jesus was directly asked, "What is the greatest of the commandments?" he responded, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the greatest and the first commandment. And then, the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself." In this way, Jesus is summarizing the essence of the 10 Commandments, and furthermore, his description demonstrates that the first 3 of the 10 Commandments are more important than the later 7, because it is most paramount to love God above all else. In the Catholic understanding, a direct violation of any of the 10 Commandments is a grave matter, as the Catechism says in Article 1858. If a violation of God's law about a grave matter is accompanied by full knowledge of the gravity of the act and complete consent of the will, it is a mortal sin, keeping in mind that feigned ignorance and hardness of heart do not diminish, but rather increase the voluntary character of a sin. With these principles, that love of God is primary and love of neighbor secondary, we can accurately understand why missing Mass, which is a violation of the 3rd commandment to keep holy the Lord's Day, is in fact grave matter and a mortal sin if done with sufficient knowledge of the gravity of the action. The importance of not missing Sunday Mass, as well as all holy days of obligation, is also expressed in the Catechism when it says, "The Sunday Eucharist is the foundation and confirmation of all Christian practice. For this reason, the faithful are obliged to participate in the Eucharist on days of obligation, unless excused for a serious reason, for example, illness, the care of infants, or dispensed by their own pastor. Those who deliberately fail in this obligation commit a grave sin."